Alright boys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the event done as fast as possible. Now if you're like me, you're grinding for Mike Trout right now. You're trying to get all these collections done and you really need stubs, and so you're grinding the event because you're probably a no money spent player, or you're a guy who just genuinely needs stubs like me. I know I've spent a little bit of money, but I still don't have enough to get Mike Trout, and I want to be able to grind these guys. I want to be showing you guys how to get it done as fast as possible, kind of my method, how I'm doing it, and how I'm going to get an extra literally 200,000 stubs by just playing this free event. So if you're not grinding the event already and you're seeing this video, you should probably be grinding the event. It's going to help you get one of the best teams in the game, and it's helping me push my good team to a team that's going to be really amazing. Again, thank you guys so much for the support lately. We're literally so close to 2,000 subscribers. So if you're here and you're new, hit that like, hit that sub button. Let's get right into the freaking video. Boys, so here is the deal. So basically, this kind of varies guy to guy. So if you're really good at the game.
My friend here, Justin, he's already taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
Then you should always go into this and you should not forfeit your first win. But I am going to be talking to the guy who's maybe not that good at the game and is kind of brand new to MLB The Show. There's a lot of new guys. The one thing that I recommend whenever you're trying to get this brand new Miguel Cabrera that is literally going for 120k stubs and is the best third baseman in the game right now, one of them at least, the one thing I would do for this brand new Miggy is I would go for this guy, but I would forfeit my first loss every time. That way you're playing someone who is 0-1. And again, if you're an Xbox player, another thing I recommend, go into your settings, make sure that crossplay is off. That way you're playing other Xbox players too. That is going to help you win more games, and it's going to help you play people that aren't necessarily as experienced as some of the PlayStation guys are, although you still will face good people on Xbox. I'm not saying you won't face people on Xbox that aren't good. I'm just saying that the average player on Xbox right now is a little bit less experienced than the average player on PlayStation, and that's just kind of how it goes. So I would recommend doing that very first. And whenever you're going through this, the next thing is you got to kind of look at these rules. It is 3-inning games. It is using American League pitchers and National League hitters. So one thing that I'm going to do right now, you can see I have 6 wins in the game. These are my pitching staff for the event. You don't have to necessarily have absolute studs, but I got guys that are pretty good. Pedro is going to be my ace. Corey Kluber, Shane Bieber, Shohei Ohtani, and Dylan Bundy are all guys that are going to be pretty good and get it done. But the big thing that kind of struggles with this is my lineup. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, oh, it's National League hitters. I need to go and invest in some guys and go get some guys that can go and get me some wins. And so this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the marketplace. You're going to look at some National League hitters, and you're going to see if I can pick up any National League hitters on the positions that I don't have. Very good. So one thing is I don't have a guy that's really good at second base. So I'm going to kind of just look for National League Live Series players, and I'm going to look for dudes that I think can get it done and guys that are really good but aren't going to be breaking the bank. And so you can see as some of these guys, yes, if you end up wanting to go get some of these diamond guys, live series guys, that's okay. You can totally end up doing that. Some of these guys are really good. I would pick for your bang for your buck. I don't know if any of these guys are necessarily studs, so I wouldn't necessarily get them. Obviously, don't go for AL guys like Bregman. Like I have Bregman on my in-game squad, but he's not going to help me in the event. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the NL. I'm going to look for guys that I think are really good that I can get. And one of these guys that I'm going to go is I'm going to go for the Reds, and I'm going to go for Eugenio Suarez. Now, I really like Suarez this year. I think he's really good, and he's someone that you can pick up for decently cheap right now, and so I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to use him in my events, and he's going to fill a really big hole that I did. Now, I want you guys to do this for all of your dudes, and I want you guys to see, well, which guy is going to be amazing and which guy should I go for. I'm going to go for Eugenio here. I'm going to pick him up. He has a great bat, a great swing. Definitely recommend picking him up if you need like a third baseman for cheap. And Eugenio Suarez is going to be a guy that's really going to fill that void for me. He's going to help me get more wins in the event because I'm going to have a better hitter there, and I'm not going to be using a 65 overall bump. Now, I also see that I have a catcher that's really bad, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for catchers. I'm going to look for some of these guys. Another guys that are kind of budget beasts that are pretty good are guys like Mike Moustakas. Mike Moustakas has a really good swing every year, and Jesse Winker also rakes righties. So I would highly recommend some of these guys. Obviously, you can go through all the National League teams, but those are kind of the guys that I'm going to do, and I kind of think that you understand the gist of what I'm getting at here is you're going to want to go for guys that aren't going to be breaking the bank, but are going to be good enough to win you guys ball games. I don't want you guys to spend like 60,000 stubs on some card that's not even even going to help you with the collections. So whenever you're buying a card, I highly recommend, if you're going to spend stubs right now, spend stubs on live series players, because those live series players are going to help you finish the collections and get guys like Chipper Jones, like Alfonso Soriano, and David Ortiz, which are always going to be the goal. You guys are going to want to get this done as fast as possible. And one thing I also recommend is for you guys that are grinding the event, the whole reason I'm grinding the event is huge for no money spin players. It's huge for actually anybody. And what you're going to be doing here is I am going to be grinding for these guys, and I'm going to be selling them and getting Trout. As you can see at my stub count, I'm right about 150,000 stubs. So if I get Miguel Cabrera right now, I can sell him for about 120K, which is just going to get me closer and closer to that awesome live series Mike Trout that everybody wants. I don't really see Mike Trout going down a whole lot in price. I know a lot of guys are saying that he might go up, he might go down, but this is going to be my recommendation. I hope that this video ended up helping you out. I'm not going to make this some crazy long video, but this is going to be how I'm going to be attacking the event. I've gone through one run so far, and I've gotten 6 wins, and I plan on getting this done in the next weekend or by about Wednesday. I feel like Wednesday or Thursday is going to be a way that I can do it. But if this guide ended up helping you guys out, make sure you guys hit that like and sub button, as we are getting so close to 2,000 subscribers. I mean, the support that you guys have given lately is crazy. I wish you guys the best. Thank you guys so much. Of course, I'm playing on Xbox, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.